Good morning, my name is Kathy Norman, and this is part 3, looking at the HelloWorld and Mail example. Those are both application modules that are included in ChainBox. And my objective is to show you the tools that you need to start coding and testing. Now, there are two choices for completing the hackathon. Choice 1 and Choice 2. Choice 1, build a module that can realize specific application scenarios. This video is mostly targeted to that choice. However, there is relevant information in this video that if people have selected number 2, choice number 2, they would benefit from this video as well. So the first thing that we need to do is set our path. Always test what you've set your path to. At least that's my goal. Okay, great. Now, this is what we're going to do for the next 10 minutes, and I hope it's only 10 minutes long. I'm trying very hard to keep it at 10 minutes. We're going to open up IntelliJ, which is the IDE for developing NULS products. I'm going to show you the Java templates that are available with ChainBox, and those are the templates to be used, if you choose to build your application module. And I'm going to show you how to include those templates in building your chain, and how to proceed with adding code and debugging the code in your template when you don't have a front end. Okay, so let's first of all, let's take a look at IntelliJ. I already have it open. All you need to do is type IntelliJ into your browser window, and it will give you a URL. You have the option of downloading the ultimate version or the free community version. Most people who work for NULS and who does development for NULS uses IntelliJ, the community free version. Now, when you download it, though, there are two things that you need to do. The first one is to confirm that you have the NULS plugin. The NULS plugin provides all the classes and methods that you need to access the blockchain, issue requests to the blockchain inside your application module. And there is the NULS plugin, so that's great. And then the second thing we need to do is we need to add the version of Java that we're using, which is 11.0.2. Now, depending upon what OS you're running, you're going to get a different version of 11.0.2, and each version has its own files and directories in it. These are the files and directories that are included in the version for Mac OS. You're going to tab on Content and then tab on Home. You want to provide IntelliJ with the directory that contains bin. As you can see, it's already found Java version 11.0.2. You want to do the apply and then the OK. So now IntelliJ is ready for you to do some work. But for you to do some work, we need to download some templates. This is where I build all my chain boxes, so as you can see, I've been very busy building chain boxes. Before we go any further, I just want to draw your attention to Develop Module and Encrypted Message Module demo. Develop Module is going to give you some information about the templates that are available and some information about how you should proceed with adding code to your module. And then what's very important is the encrypted message module demo, which is going to give you information about mail-example. And when you're looking at the code for mail-example, I also recommend that you refer to this document. It is very helpful to look at the two side by side as you figure out what mail-example is doing. Now let's go back to something that I'm very familiar with, which is the quick start for ChainBox. Now we're going to create ChainBox 10. Okay. And that probably looks familiar since you've spent a little bit of time downloading and getting ChainBox up and running. Notice there is example. This is the mail-example that we've talked about before. And inside example is the script called package, which is going to compile the source and also create the two directories, outer and target. Notice that in outer you have the module.ncf, NULS configuration file. You also have the jar, which was just compiled. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to look to see what templates are available to us. Now, here's the templates. And a new template that's been added is NULS-module-HelloWorld. This template is the same template that mail-example is built from. So we're going to download this template now. However, when you're looking around, I invite you to download all of these templates. They may assist you in figuring out what kind of application you would like to create for the hackathon. All right, so let's download this. Okay. Once again, we'll execute package. Notice this is still saying NULS-module-HelloWorld. When you download this and if you choose to start building your application within that particular template, I recommend that you rename it to something appropriate. so that it doesn't look like a template that's just hanging around. All right. Take a look at outer here. And sure enough, there's our jar. And I want to draw your attention to the module configuration file. As I said earlier, HelloWorld has no front end. And without a front end, how do you provide information to your module? So in this case, what we've done is we've included some additional information in the configuration file, which is opened and read when this module is started. And we're providing the private key, and we are also providing the password. And this information will be passed to the blockchain, and in return the blockchain will provide back the account address. And I'll show you the code for that. So now that we have everything done, what we're going to do now is combine all the modules together to produce the NULS 2.0 runtime environment. We're going to do that using the tools command. And we want to make sure that mail example and our Hello World is included in there. And that's what we need to do. Oh, it always helps if you're in the right directory for this. We'll try it now. This is going to take about 5 minutes to run on my laptop, so I'm going to turn off the video and then I'll turn on the video after I have started ChainBox. Okay, I'm back, and the ChainBox node has successfully been configured and started. And as you can see here from the list of modules that are now running, mail-example is running, and nuls-module-hello world is running as well. Now I'm not going to start the CLI because we don't need it, but what we're going to do is go and take a look at the logs, because since Hello World has no front end, you can't talk to Hello World, and you can't tell Hello World to do something. What we've done is we have printed we've had Hello World print some status information into the log, and I'm going to show you what that is. I'm going to go to logs. Notice that there are logs available for each of the modules. I'm going to grep info from standard out. Now there's a lot of information here, but I want to draw your attention to Hello World. It's a pretty quiet little Hello World since there's a lot of stuff sitting around there. But just it's issued from my module, which is executed when the module starts. And here is the account address, which is a very lengthy address, as you can see. And here is the private key, which we also passed, and the public key. And the public key and the address were provided to this module from the blockchain, and I'm going to show you that code in a minute. So the easiest thing to do when you build your application, and before you have a front end, is simply dump information into the log.